John Colo at DiscountJuicers.com. Today we have another exciting episode for you. What we're going to do today is I got a brand new juicer in the mail the other day, and I'm so glad I get to share with you guys. And what this is the all-new Champion 4000 juicer. This is being released in this year, 2016 AD. And this machine is one of the very few, I think maybe the only juicers still made in America. Most juicers are made in Korea, many of them, the good ones, and then a lot of them are made in China. But the Champion is probably about the only low-cost juicer, fruit and vegetable juicer, that's made in the U.S. at present time. So I'm so excited that Champion has finally come out with a new juicer after 61 years! Champion started making juicers in the United States in 1955. That was well before I was born, and maybe many of you guys too. And the good news about Champion is that pretty much their Champion juicer design has not changed much from then until now. Until this model came out, the design, the operation, and everything were pretty much the same. They kind of came out with small, minute changes and maybe some safety improvements, but otherwise the machines still work the same. So the question that I have is, the new Champion Juicer 4000 improved, significantly improved, or just a little bit improved over the original Champion 2000 model that came in a household and commercial, stronger motor version? They just have this one in one version. So this one comes in white, black, and red. I think I got the black one. So what we're going to do in this episode is just unbox it, show you guys what I got, what comes with it, and share with you guys how it operates. Alright, let's go ahead and open this box up. Now I do like that Champion, is a U.S. manufacturer and they make things in the USA. I always encourage you guys to support U.S. companies whenever possible. In my opinion, most U.S. car makers, for example, are they don't make good stuff, except for Tesla. They're the new breed car maker. So I'm actually going to be getting a Tesla pretty soon here, and maybe next year. But a lot of companies in the United States, they just don't really take innovation to the next level. They kind of we've been doing this for 50 years, and we're going to keep doing it the same way, and we're not going to really change much, because what we've been doing is working. Now, an attitude like that is good and bad. It keeps you stable, but it prevents you from maybe taking the next level up in the juicing industry in the case of juicers, or, with cars, like some of the big auto manufacturers, in my opinion, in the U.S., they pretty much, look, they're making remakes of the 1960s cars, and is this a remake of a 1950s juicer? Let's find out. Alright, let's go ahead and open this up. Well, I do like to say that, number one, I really like the packing on this. On the old Champion, they had a big blow-molded styrofoam thing that's not recyclable. Inside here, they've done a great job. It's packed really securely, and they're using all this specially engineered and cut pieces of cardboard to keep all the parts safe when shipping. So I'm sure they've gotten this approved by UPS or whatever. This is probably one of the best pack jobs that I've seen. Other companies should take note, actually. So yeah, they have these specially designed pieces of cardboard. Definitely like that a lot. Now I want to encourage you guys to recycle this or minimally shred it. Put it in your compost pile instead of throwing it away. Alright, here's a baby. Oh man! Let me tell you, this is probably one of the heaviest juicers. It's taking me 2 hands to lift it up. This is not like one of those cheap, inexpensive import juicers, right, that I can lift up with one hand. This thing, oh man, this is like a weight. You could bust somebody over the head with this and knock them out, man. It's so, this is probably the heaviest duty motor on any juicer that I've seen in a long time, aside from the original Champion. Now let's see what it looks like underneath here. Now I do like that it comes up wrapped up so that it won't get damaged. And here, check it out. Here's the new body of the Champion 4000 machine. Look at this. Alright, so unlike their original version, that's basically metal and painted metal at that, which is heavy duty for sure, but it's painted metal. It may get scratched up and it may rust over time. This is all plastic, and the other benefit is that this uses the same motor as the original model, but it's more compact. So I like that a lot, because the other Champion, it's pretty big, and these days people don't have a big kitchens like they had in the 50s. They got small, tight kitchens in New York City. So yeah, so they, oh, man, this is like, that's really heavy. Alright, so that's what's in the box here. Got the motor. I do like this is like nice and heavy duty. And it, you know, it looks kind of like one of those import juicers, you know, kind of like the design. On the bottom, it says 1,725 RPM, 1/3 horsepower, and U.S. patent, champion juicer. Looks good. On the back here, they just have a simple on and off switch. There's no reverse on this. And then they have a 3-prong heavy-duty plug. So that's really good. The motor shaft here looks like the original champion pretty much. And then they have this like little gasket here that is removable. So you don't want to lose that. And you should be lubing up this gasket as well as the shaft before using it every use. Another difference it looks like they have is, unlike on the original champion, this has 4 places that actually lock the motor or the juicing body in place, and this is stronger than the original champion that, you know, I've seen many with actually problems with it breaking and busting out. Let's see. Oh, next thing in here is really simple, real easy. They just give you a box with all the parts. So let's go ahead and see what's in this box here. Alright, so in this box we got a couple cool things. Number one, we got a strainer. I'm glad they're including a nice fine sieve strainer here to remove the pulp from the juice should you not want to drink it. Drinking your pulp is completely optional. Some people like it, some people don't. I also like that unlike many companies that, you know, use plastic to wrap the parts in, they're actually still using like paper. And so this can be recycled and or composted. And inside here, let's see what we got. Oh man, this looks pretty snazzy. Whoa, this is some kind of juicing cone. Looks like it's out of like Star Wars or something. Wait. Take me to your leader. No. Alright, so there's the juicing cone, and then here's the auger. So yeah, this is really cool. This is unlike any other auger on any other champion before. It's totally new and redesigned. So I'm thinking that this goes with this to work. Let's go ahead and continue to unbox. Next part in here, this is like unwrapping Christmas presents, man. You don't know what you're going to get because you can't see it. Alright, here we go. We got a nice ergonomically designed pusher. This seems like seems a little bit light and chintzy. Looks like a little barbell. That's their pusher. Let's see next what we have here. Oh, this part. I have no idea what this is. It's kind of fun. You should just order a champion just to unwrap everything and see what you got. Alright, let's see in here. Alright, in here we got the nozzles. So it looks like we got 3 nozzles. So I do like that they color-coded this. This is something that other companies could actually do, so that each color means a certain thing. We got a gray nozzle, like a cream nozzle, and a black nozzle. And this is the cap for the end of the juicer, so it directs all the pulp down into a catch bowl. Let's see, next up, got a cleaning brush. So I'm glad Champions are now including a special cleaning brush. Nice stiff bristles to scrub your screen clean and your auger clean. Next, what do we got here? I think these have to come out next. Oh. Alright, we got this. Look what we won! BPA free plastic collection cup. This is marked up to 32 ounces or 1 liter. So that's cool. BPA free. Made in the USA. That's impressive, man. Most all these other companies make all this stuff in other countries. China, Korea, or whatever. I mean, it is cool having a USA juicer. Okay, let's see. Next part we have is we have the funnel. So I like that this is a smoke funnel. This is a BPA free too. I believe this is a Eastman Triton material. Definitely quality stuff. And last here, this looks like we're going to have the juicing body. So let's take a look. Oh man, that looks sweet. I really like this juicing body, unlike the other bodies on the Champions that are solid color. This is actually clear, so you can actually see what the heck's going on. Kind of a nice smoke color. And then opening this up, we got another piece right here with another auger. All right, another piece, another auger. And then last thing in here, looks like we got the World's Finest Champion 4000 instruction booklet. So what I want to do next for you guys is explain in detail what all these parts do, assemble the juicer, and then we're going to go ahead and get juicing for you, and then probably we're going to make some banana sorbet for dessert. So now let's go over some of the parts that came with the Champion juicer and show you guys how to assemble this machine for processing different foods. It may be confusing a little bit at first, but Champion has made that easy by having a nice diagram for you guys. And once I explain this to you guys, you guys will pretty much get it. I mean, so the first thing is, that's the kind of the most confusing could be, is that you have a few different things here. You have like 2 cones. So this is the easiest. This is the juicing cone. This is always used for juicing, whether you're juicing wheatgrass, fruits or vegetables. You're going to use a juicing cone. That's the one with the stainless steel holes, and you're going to use the green brush to clean. The other part you're going to have is you're going to have a blank plate. So that no longer is this a plate, but it's a blank cone now, and this is the one without the holes. And this is for processing things like baby foods, nut butter, sauces, salsas, processing, cabbage, shredding it up, like that. It basically will grind it all up. I think Champion has lost some of the grinding function that the previous model had with this new model. So those are these two, right? Now, the next thing that you got is you got 2 augers. So this can get a little bit confusing. You got your standard auger for juicing just regular, vegetables, root vegetables, standard vegetables, also things like fruits. So this is the one that has the cutting teeth that is similar to like the original Champion version. The original Champion actually has a little bit more cutting teeth on it, and then the original Champion doesn't have this severe auger screw design. So I think this is definitely an upgrade over the original Champion. Hopefully it performs better. Basically, it grinds it, and then it basically puts it in a screw and presses and squeezes out the juice. So it's highly likely that your pulp will be drier in the new Champion 4000 than the original Champion 2000. The other thing I want to say is that all these parts will not fit the old Champion. If you want to get the new Champion, you're going to have to get the new Champion and sell your old Champion on Craigslist, all right? And then you have this greens auger. So this greens auger is specifically for juicing things like wheatgrass and leafy greens. I'm sure this one will also do things like leafy greens, and I don't know if this is going to still get the auger wrap like the original Champion did with like celery and Swiss chard and like the stalks of leafy greens. But this is for greens, so like the question might be coming, John, what do you want to do if you want to juice like carrots and greens? Do you have to like switch out augers? And that'd probably be my answer. I'd probably juice all the regular stuff first, or juice all the greens first, likely. Juice the greens first with this, and then switch out your auger, and then juice the rest of the stuff using this auger. Of course, you could probably just use this auger for everything, including greens. Pre-cut your greens, and if you're not juicing a lot of greens, that'd probably be alright. But if you're juicing any amount of greens, you may want to use the greens auger here. Oh, and then after you have selected your auger, you're then going to want to use one of these end caps. So these end caps are known as restrictors. They restrict the flow of pulp coming out of the machine. So I think the black end cap basically puts the most restriction on, so it doesn't let the pulp out until it's completely dry. This is the one you're going to want to use for like vegetables and wheatgrass and leafy greens. And then if you're juicing fruit, you're going to want to use the gray restrictor. This one puts a little bit less pressure on it so that the pulp could flow out easier. And then this, the ivory or the cream color restrictor basically puts the least restriction. And this is the one you're going to want to use for making sorbets and baby foods and nut butters. Alright, so now I'm ready to show you guys how to assemble the Champion juicer. It's really not that hard. It's kind of like the old one, maybe even simpler, because you don't have to like put the screen on and like make sure it's flat while you put the screen holder in. Basically, you're going to take the juicer body here, and you're going to take your desired screen or blank. So in this case, we're not processing nuts or frozen fruits or making baby food or anything. We're going to use a juicing screen. So we just grab this juicing screen. It has a hole in it. That's going to go facing up towards this chute here. So you're just going to go ahead and slide that in. The next step is you're going to want to take the adjusting knob here and the restrictor, and we're just going to go ahead and screw that in. So you just kind of like line it up. Then you just basically screw it to lock into place. It'll lock into place. And then once you have that done, then you're going to want to select your auger. So if I was juicing like wheatgrass and straight leafy greens, then I would use this auger. If I was juicing like, you know, standard vegetables and fruits, I would use this auger. And what if you're doing both? Well, then I probably would suggest, you know, putting on this auger first and juicing all your greens first. And then once you're done with that, take the machine apart, take off this auger, and then put your standard auger on and finish up juicing. Today I'll be using this auger to juice some greens as well as my other vegetables to see how it does. Now, before you take this auger and put it on your shaft, you always got to lube up your shaft, and this is not self-lubricating. So what I got today is I got some organic coconut oil. Just take a little bit on your finger and lube up your shaft very carefully. This is very important to do after every use. Do it right after you're done using it, and before you store your juicer. You know, lube up your shaft, because if you store your juicer with the auger on there, it could get stuck. And I've had this happen with so many people's Champions because they're not lubing their shaft up. So anyways, once you lube your shaft up, it easily slides on, slides off. It's like wax on, wax off, slide on, slide off. All right, so we got that on there, and then we're going to go ahead and take the body housing, slide it in place. It goes to the side and then locks into place. Actually, I kind of like how this locks into place compared to that locking ring on some of the other imported juicers. This is a little bit more user-friendly. Once we got that done, then we're just simply going to go ahead and put our top on, and then we got to put this this piece on that's going to direct the pulp as it comes out of the machine down into our bowl, and then we got our collection cup that we just actually put underneath. And even if you want to strain it out, you could put the strainer on here to catch the juice, to strain it before it goes in to the collection bowl. So that's pretty much how easy it is to set up. Then we have the auger right here that we're going to use to push in the food. And one of the things I do like about the Champion here is that it has a nice wide auger. I think this is, or a feed chute. I think it's like 2¼ inches in diameter. It's a lot larger than some of the other slow juicers, you know, that are the horizontal style slow juicers. Anyways, now that we're all set up, let me go ahead and get some produce, and we'll show you guys how to juice in the new Champion 4000. So now I'm all ready to juice in the Champion 4000 juicer. I have things like celery, purple carrot, some cucumber, and some nice, really large pieces of Swiss Chard for my garden. And here's the Champion all set up. Now, a few things. Number one, instead of using their BPA-free plastic, I decided to use a Pyrex 4-cup measuring, you know, glass. And so that's cool because it fits right underneath the Champion, right in place. If you don't want, you know, the juice touching plastic or sitting in plastic, you get one of these. And then I'm also putting my strainer right on top, so that barely fits right underneath the Champion. Now, the other thing you will need to, you know, use yourself and you know, supply yourself is a catch container. We're just using an Earthbound Farm 5-ounce, like, you know, salad mix container. You could use a bowl or something else. And this is to catch the pulp. And I guess without further ado, I guess maybe we're going to get juicing. Now, I am juicing leafy greens, so maybe, I don't know if it'd be best. Maybe I should do this. I should probably use the greens auger first, and then stop, switch it out, and then go ahead and use the standard auger for the rest of the items. Alright, so first let's go ahead and switch out this auger, and it's pretty simple to do that. Basically just take this housing off. Losing parts. And we're just going to go ahead and put on the greens auger and put this guy back on. Alright, that's how easy it is to set up to juice greens. I guess next thing we're going to do is we're going to get juicing. So the Champion runs at 1,725 RPMs. Some things don't change. Originally when I was told that there was a new Champion coming out, they were talking about having a variable speed model, which I think would have been really cool, because then you could like have maybe like go down to like as low as 100 RPM, so you could grind and then extract at a lower RPM. It's my opinion that, you know, the higher RPM machines may do more damage to the juices, and so it may be advantageous to do a slow auger machine. Of course, the slow machines are going to take longer to juice, whereas the machines that run faster are going to work faster. Because this is a high spinning single auger, it's different than all the other ones on the market, which are slow speed, so that's kind of interesting. Man, this thing really freaking hums. So anyways, let's go ahead and take some of this Swiss Chard here and stick it in the machine and see how it works. Alright, make sure you use only your pusher to push the produce in. Alright, we got some stuff coming out. Let's go ahead and put the stock in, see how the stock works with the auger. Looks like it's working pretty good. We're getting juice out, we're getting pulp out. Let's go ahead and continue juicing my Swiss Chard. I mean, this is like, it's pretty much the auger, even though it's a single auger and there's like no grinding teeth on there. The blades kind of act like grinding teeth just because it's spinning so fast. It's actually doing a really good job on all the strings. It's expelling them out, expelling all the fiber out, and doing a good job juicing. Now, compared to a single auger style machine, this pulp is significantly wetter from just looking at it. All right, now we got our big Mondo leaves. It's like I'm trying to cool off Cleopatra here with these large leaves. Alright, let's go ahead and shove this guy in there. Alright, it does take some downward force to push it in there. But basically what happens is it gets, the produce gets in the auger, and then it's literally, because it runs so fast, it gets shoved down and kicked out so fast. I think it'd be advantageous really to run that auger slower, because I mean this pulp is, in my opinion, excessively wet. Alright, last piece of Swiss Chard. Let's do the stem end first, see how this works. I mean, it literally just kicks out the stem really fast. I mean, it's definitely juicing it. I mean, we're getting some good yield, but there's a lot of yield in the stalks here. I mean, this is going pretty darn quick, and it's juicing pretty well. I'm quite impressed so far. Alright, last piece of kale. I mean, the Swiss Chard, sorry. Alright, put that last piece in, kicked out all the pulp, dripping out the juice. Let's go ahead and turn this baby off. And let's switch out this auger because we're going to juice the rest of our veggies now. So if we look at that, when we take this apart, you know, we're seeing juice drip out. We're seeing, you know, a few bits of unjuiced produce. We could remove that auger. And then we're just going to go ahead and slide on the standard vegetable auger. And then our screen and housing assembly stays the same. Just shove that down and lock her into place and put our juice catch cup back underneath there. And our pulp catch And we're all ready to juice again. So now it's super simple, super easy to change out the auger. Let's go ahead and turn that on. Woo! Now let's go ahead and juice our cucumber here. See how that works? I mean, it really cranks it through, man. If you don't like wasting time in your kitchen, you're going to want to get one of this because it is fast. And the champion, you don't want to dilly-dally, you know, you don't want to go too slow. You want to put a nice, fast and moderate pace. Here's pushing in the carrot. I mean, that blade's super sharp. It is making some grinding it up and pushing it up back in the feed chute, so you're going to want to make sure you push that down. I do like how this pusher is pretty much the right diameter and better than their previous model pusher that kind of like stuff would come around the pusher and come up. This seems to really tap it down pretty well. Alright, I'm kind of curious on how Celery is going to do, so I would wrap around the previous auger and the old champion. And in this one, I mean, it looks like it's kicking out the pulp, doing a better job on the Celery. And the other thing is you're going to want to keep this pusher down in there because this has a tendency to spray out. Let's see here, let's do another carrot. I mean, this is more of a high-speed machine in my opinion because it's only grinding at 1,725 RPM versus like the slow juicers. Let's see, how about some more celery here? More carrots. Now today I'm juicing purple carrots. I want to encourage you guys to juice highly pigmented carrots, such as purple. They have more anthocyanidins, which are more health building for us. All right, let's see. Let's go ahead and put another cucumber in there. I mean, it's juicing cucumber quite well, making a large amount of yield, and it's definitely pressing out a lot better than the previous Champion model. Let's see, another carrot. Doing quite well. Last piece of celery here. Alright, grand finale. We got the Big Daddy carrot. This is a wide diameter. I really like that they have a 2.25 inch feed chute at the top, which then kind of goes down a little bit smaller, maybe down to 2 inches. So it's a nice large feed chute. This easily fits in there. And let's see how it grates it up. The Champion 4000 with its brand new cutting blade. Cuts it right up. We are getting some, basically some pulp come back at us. That's why we need to use the pusher. The pusher easily takes that pulp and shoves it right back down in there so we can get everything juiced on up. Like to tap this down. Oh, we got to shake this down a little bit. Got a lot of pulp here. Alright, I mean that's pretty much it. Let's go ahead and turn this machine off and see what we got. Alright, so we juiced a lot of stuff. It went relatively quick. We had a few, you know, sprigs of leaves that didn't juice on that greens auger there. Let's see here. Let's take off this cap that actually directs the pulp down. Get all the pulp off that. Let's go ahead and take a look at the pulp. So there's the pulp. I don't know if you guys can see that right there. A lot of pulp created. And if we take this pulp out and squeeze it, we're squeezing some juice out, you know, a fair bit. This is definitely more juice than would be squeezed out like on a centrifugal ejection style machine for this mixture, because we did a lot of carrots, and carrots are usually pretty effective on a centrifugal ejection. The pulp is also wetter than maybe many slow juicers that I would use as well, so it's actually quite interesting. I mean, the Champion is the only one of its kind that is really a true masticating machine. I think it's the only true masticating machine left that actually has that grinding blade, because all the other slow augers, they generally don't have a blade. They're kind of like, you know, the greens auger, but it runs much slower. Now, I think because the speed is so fast, the pulp is like run down that auger and then eject it out so quickly that it doesn't have enough time to get fully extracted. So I really wish the Champion would have a model that maybe went slower, and that would like really help with the yield potentially. Alright, so next thing here, I want to go ahead and we'll pull this guy apart. Let's see what we got. I really like it's easy to assemble and disassemble. If we move this out, let's see here, we got some juice dripping down. And in this auger assembly, or the screen assembly, we're going to take off this end cap here that holds that screen in place, locks it in place. And then we could go ahead and just push on the screen to dislodge that, and then the screen cone comes out. This piece is going to be really easy to clean, not a lot of residue in there, if you guys could see that. The screen's a different story. Definitely it's loaded up with pulp. Let's go ahead and just tap this pulp down into my hand. A lot of it's not coming out, it's still stuck in there. But the cone just stuck on with pulp. Pulp's still rather wet inside there, but this is not surprising. It really didn't get juice because it didn't actually move down the juicing screen, or into the juicing screen area. This auger here has done a great job. I'm not seeing any celery wrap around, so that's really cool. I see a few straggler bits of celery, but nothing major. The blades were quite sharp. I mean, this is a brand new machine plus this auger. Let's see here. Last step. Let's go see how much pulp we caught in the strainer here. We're going to go ahead and shake down our juice. Now, the Champion did leave some pulp in the juice, so it's not like a centrifugal ejection where it takes out virtually all the pulp. And many vertical slow juicers actually will put more pulp in the juice than the Champion did. But nonetheless, Champion does give you a strainer to strain out the pulp. That's not a lot of pulp for the amount we made, about 3 cups of juice. And so yeah, that's what we got here. 24 ounces of juice. Let's go ahead and check the consistency. Really nice, fine consistency. All right. One nice glass of juice. Okay. All right, let's try that. Tastes like a green juice. It's good. Now, I'd be really interested in, like, you know, juicing in the Champion 4000 and comparing it to like a single auger side-by-side comparison to see what happens. I would suspect after just juicing in this machine and seeing what happens, I would suspect that in most cases, slow juicers will likely get a higher yield than this machine. That being said, this machine is going to take you know, juice much quicker because it runs at a higher RPM. You know, if you're looking for a juicer made in the USA, this is the one you're going to have to buy because there's basically no other ones out there. So I want to encourage manufacturers out there to start making some juicers in the USA again. That'd be really cool. I do think that this Champion, how it worked, is a major improvement over their original 2000 model. Although I think it might be a little bit too little too late. I wish they would have came up with a little bit more innovation than just changing it, you know, just in a few small ways. And this is just, once again, my personal opinion on it. But once again, this motor is bulletproof, and I do like the housing a lot more than the previous. Alright, what I want to do next is actually go ahead and get this mess cleaned up, and we're going to come back at you and show you guys how to homogenize in the Champion. And this is where, in my opinion, the Champion shines. The Champion homogenizes or makes the frozen banana ice cream or sorbet better than any other machine out there. So let's go ahead and see how the Champion 4000 juicer does it. So now I want to share with you guys how to make one of my favorite desserts in the whole wide world that's all natural, and all mine is 100% organic and actually healthy for you. It's a healthy dessert. It's not one you got to feel guilty about because it's 100% fresh fruit. So the Champion 4000, much like its predecessor model, has this attachment. It's known as the blank plate, or in this case, the blank cone. And this allows you to basically to grind up foods and process foods in a way like no other machine out there, because this machine does have a grinding, or the teeth on there, that literally masticates and chews everything up. It also adds a little bit of air in there as it's grinding to make your banana sorbet, 100% bananas, fluffy. This also really works well because you know, when you're making roasted nuts and grinding up nuts, it tends to rotate around, creates a little bit of heat, creates some friction, and actually gets the nuts to heat up a little bit, which releases a little bit of oil, and then it gets it to stick together better. You can also process things like you know, fruits and vegetables through here to grind it up to make applesauce or to make baby food. You could even, that's like fresh carrots or, you know, fresh things. You can also put, pre-cooked carrots and things in there to make a much more softer consistency as well. Yeah, you could also make, salsas with this attachment, also sauces. So it's really easy to set up. The first step is lube up your shaft like we did a little bit earlier. Then you're going to go ahead and put on the black blade and slide that in there. Next, we're going to go ahead and take our blank plate, shove that all the way in the housing until it pops out the front there. Then we could go ahead and put this guy on, easily latches into place. And then lastly, we're going to use the ivory or cream colored outlet knob, and that's going to go on and tighten that up into place. And then we're going to have, we don't need anything to catch the juice because there's no juice. We just need to have a container to catch all the delicious goodness that's going to come out in a minute. And so what we have today are we have a whole bunch of organic frozen strawberries and organic frozen banana. You want to freeze these guys at the peak of their ripeness. So if the bananas, if you get them when they're spotted up, they're really cheap, buy them by the bag, buy them when they're cheap, freeze them, and then pull them out on a hot summer day. Same thing with the strawberries, when I get a good deal on fresh strawberries, these ones are actually $1 a pound. I bought a whole bunch, and then I froze all the ripest ones, and I ate the other ones. And we have frozen strawberries now to make really good, delicious desserts with. And you could do this with fruits you freeze yourself. You could do cantaloupe, mango, papaya, pineapple, peach, pitted cherries. The sky's the limit when you have your own machine, and you could make your own fruit sorbet on demand for you and your family. Your kids, man, they'll love this stuff. And get them involved too with picking out the fruits they want to, put through the machine. And, only let them use the machine when they are supervised and when you're with them to do this. So to make the banana sorbet or banana ice cream, first thing I'm going to go ahead and chop up my bananas into little pieces, because what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and alternate bananas with strawberries. And what's going to happen if we do that, it's going to have like a better mixture inside. If we just did all the bananas and all the strawberries, then we'll have a nice banana mixture and then a nice strawberry mixture. But I want it to congeal together because the bananas really kind of keep things more light and fluffy. It's kind of like that frozen yogurt consistency out of, one of those machines from one of those fast food joints that you might have eaten when you were a kid. So we're going to go ahead and turn this machine on. First, we're going to go ahead and throw a strawberry down in there. Grinds right up. Next, we're going to go ahead and put a banana. And then a strawberry, then a banana. Let's see, strawberry, bananas. Alright, as you guys can see, man, out of this bread, we're getting a really nice, fluffy consistency. Look at that. I mean, the Champion is my #1 favorite appliance for making the frozen banana ice cream. Just because the consistency is like no other. No other juicer could do this function as well as a Champion. And don't even say like, John, you could do that in a blender. Yeah, the blender, it totally massacres the fruit because the blender's sitting and spinning it around multiple times, whereas the Champion just hits it and it gets ejected. So this is going to preserve more of the nutrients in the food by cutting and processing your food less. Alright, let's see, last banana going right in. And turn it right off. Super simple, super easy, and quick in the Champion 4000. Let's go ahead and scoop this out, man. Look at that. Look at the color, man. Nice, delicious, rich, and thick banana ice cream, aka banana sorbet, made out of 100% bananas and strawberries. My mouth is watering. Oh my god, that's so good. I mean, I don't even know why they sell ice cream, because if you guys made this all the time, you don't even want to eat the ice cream with the corn syrup, monodiglycerides, all the preservatives and all the additives in there. This is 100% fruit. I always want to encourage you guys in your diets to do good, better, best. Eat the healthiest, the stuff you guys can. Fruits and vegetables, They're the best foods on the planet. And eat more fruits and vegetables, whether you want to juice them, whether you want to make sauces or salads, or ground up salads, or juices. The Champion Juicer can allow you to do that. So now I want to go ahead and give you guys my summary of the Champion 4000 Juicer. You know, I mean, I'll be the first to tell you that I wasn't always the biggest fan of the Champion Juicer. I mean, when I got into this diet and lifestyle like 20 years ago, like, that was a really good juicer back then. But unfortunately, juicing technology has changed and improved a lot since the time I've got into juicers and selling juicers, using juicers on a daily basis. And in my opinion, the Champion company has just not really kept up. They've kept their same technology from 1955. They've modified it to make it, you know, new and to work better than the previous version. But I think they still got a ways to go to catch up to, you know, the technology of the Koreans of the slow juicers. You know, I wish they would have had a model with adjustable speed settings, maybe get the speed really low. That might be really interesting to see how that would work. But here's my summary, okay? If you guys already own a Champion, you love your Champion and it just broke, and you want to get another Champion, do yourselves a favor and don't get the original Champion you guys had. Get the new 4000. You will love it. Although there's a few more pieces, it's a little bit more, you know, it's not quite as easy to assemble as a previous model. You know, it's a little bit different. It works better, in my opinion. Things doesn't come back up the chute as much, and it makes a little bit higher yield than the original Champion, all right? So that's number one. If you guys are looking to replace your current Champion, definitely this is the way to go. Now, second, if you guys are looking for an American-made juicer, because you just got an American car and you want to buy American, right? You have a Vitamix, it's made in America, and you want a juicer that's made in America, by all means, get the Champion. It's probably the best and only juicer made in America at this time. That's a fruit and vegetable juicer, you know, in this price range. So that's number two. Number three, if you're a new juicer and somebody considering buying a juicer for the first time, I would encourage you guys to look a little bit harder. Like, as much as I like the Champion for what it is, you know, heavy duty motor, this motor body's like, I gotta almost use two hands. Hey, I'll tell you this, if you guys like want to work out, right, you could buy a Champion just to work out and do like curls and stuff. This thing is like, man, it must be like 40 pounds. This is probably the most heavy duty motor, and you know, I like it for that reason. You know, the juicing apparatus, I'm not surely fully sold on it yet. I need to experiment with it. This is my first time using it in this unboxing video. And I'm just seeing what the yield does. If you want to be juicing, like, I'm not super impressed with the yield so far. And be sure to click the subscribe button right down below this video, because I'll be doing testing this versus a single auger machine and this versus different kind of machine, so you could see what it actually does and what the yield is. You know, based on what I've seen so far, I think it's actually going to lose many juice offs in the coming future. So stay tuned for that. Last thing I want to say is, if you guys like have kids and you want to make juices and make the best frozen fruit sorbet, I would say go with the Champion 4000. It makes the best frozen fruit sorbet that's nice and aerated. It actually adds, like, it kind of whips it up, right? And no other juicer, not the slow juicers, not the twin gears or the single augers, they don't really whip it up. They make it more hard packed. So this is a lot funner to eat. It also melts a lot faster, as I see it's kind of melting in front of me. But if you want to, you know, if the sorbets are one of your top things you want to do in addition to juicing, then yes, this might be great. You know, I also do like that now they have the greens attachment, so that's a significant upgrade over the older Champion that really didn't. You have to buy a separate greens attachment that never really worked well. With this one, they pretty much got a lot of the bugs and kinks worked out, so it's going to work significantly better than the old Champion with the greens attachment. So yeah, that's pretty much my summary. If you want to see more juicer videos with the Champion 4000 juicer, once again, make sure you click that subscribe button. I'll be comparing and contrasting this to, you know, this upgraded 4000 Champion model to the 2000 model original Champion really soon, and also be having comparisons between this and other machines. If you guys enjoyed this episode, hey, please give me a thumbs up to let me know. That'll encourage me to make more videos about the new Champion 4000 and get to play with it a little bit more. And also, I would encourage you guys, if you guys enjoyed this video, please support me in my work by making your purchase at discountjuicers.com. I want to thank you guys that have made your purchase there in the past, and for those of you guys that are considering making a juicer purchase in the future, by making your purchase at discountjuicers.com, it allows me to make these videos where I educate you guys about the juicers, about eating a healthy diet, about growing your own food online, and it is much appreciated because I really love what I do, and I'm glad I'm here to help you guys out with all the expertise that I have, that I've learned over the last 21 years of eating a healthy, fruit and vegetable dominated diet. Also, be sure to check my past episodes. I have over 450 episodes now on this channel comparing different juices amongst one another so that you guys can get the right juice for you, because overall, I tell it like it is. Some of the manufacturers don't like what I say sometimes, but I'm honest. I give my opinions on what I think, and if Champion came out with a way better machine, you know, hey, a slow machine that like got a lot of better yield and left drier pulp, hey, I'd be all over it. But at this time, this is not quite the machine, so we'll see how it does in future tests. So also be sure to share this video with other people that are considering a Champion 4000 so they could learn more about it too. You know, I think one of the most important things is to just, you know, let people know what the machines are like from a third party's view instead of the manufacturer, because the manufacturer is always going to try to sell you on their machine, and I just kind of try to tell you like it is. I mean, of course, I have my own favorite juicers as well. So I think I'm going to go ahead and enjoy more of my strawberry banana ice cream. Stuff's so delicious, man. You gotta try it. You gotta get ripe strawberries, though. The ripe strawberries took this over the top, man. But once again, my name is John Kohler with DiscountJuicers.com. Be sure to visit DiscountJuicers.com/YouTube for special promotional offers for our YouTube visitors. Alright, this is John Kohler with DiscountJuicers.com. Today we have another exciting episode for you, and what we're going to do today is show you guys how Omega made the TWN30 juicer even better. And what we have today is the Omega TWN30S, and if you guys are longtime subscribers, which I do encourage you guys to subscribe by hitting the subscribe button right